So 5 years ago, I moved to this town because I was engaged to my fiance. Her name was Mariah, and she was an amazing woman. She knew how to play the drums. She could draw anything, and just the most kind-hearted woman you could ever meet. She got diagnosed with breast cancer and ended up passing away on August 6th, before I could walk her down the aisle. We had plans to get married, but God had taken her from me before that could happen. I was living in anger. I was very angry with God because I just didn't understand how he could let something like that happen to her. And just somebody so sweet and so nice. And it wasn't until I found Grief Share at Cross Point. I needed something. I needed an outlet because I was stuck. I was at a crossroad and I did not know where to go. And I was feeling empty, and I was just angry at God. And so I ended up going to Grief Share. I met this woman named Loretta.
I met Alex. I really felt like God was drawing him to himself, and the Lord really just impressed upon me that I needed to be praying for him, that there was a battle going on, and that, yeah, he needed people to intercede on his behalf.
She helped me through the whole grieving process. I did not know how to grieve properly. One thing I wasn't doing, though, I was not doing the Grief Share work at the time. I was coming home and resorting to alcohol. And it wasn't until about a year later that Loretta finally just said, why don't you check out Cross Point? Why don't you come to a church service? And so I finally did, and I felt like my heart was just lifted. I felt like I was at home. I felt God's presence. I felt like he was pouring his love into my heart. And I've always known God, but I've never known God this way. I've never been this deep and this open with God. I no longer was resorting to alcohol. And by that, I became sober on May 30th of 2022. And one of those goals was to become a firefighter. And God could not have timed it any better. They were having tryouts on June 20th, and I was going to do everything in my power to get in shape. I was in the gym every day to pass this physical test and the interview. And it turns out I was the number 1 hire. I didn't think I would ever get hired, but out of 20 guys, I was the number 1 hire, and I can praise God for that. I'm a firefighter today, and I'm living the dream. And I continue bettering myself every single day. So I achieved the goal of being a firefighter, but my number 1 goal is to live my life through Christ. And Cross Point has given me that opportunity. Through the people, through God, I've been able to live my life to the fullest every single day. God has shown me that I am not alone, that he is with me all the time. And if I could do it all over again, I would marry her first and then we would buy the house. But God, God has shown me that there are other plans. And my plans now are, he has shown me that my purpose is to help people. And that's why I love being a firefighter. I love living through Christ, spreading the word. And I continue to do that every single day.